from you today with your Decodable. You need to look at this and you need to understand that this is a gift. This is a book. And every time your teacher gives you one of these, she's giving you a free book. Do you understand that that's a gift? So you need to treat it like one, okay? First of all, it belongs to you. So I want you to put your name at the bottom of it so that if your gift winds up in the floor, because sometimes we knock things off our table, it can be returned to you. If your name is not on it, then nobody will know it belongs to you and they won't be able to give it to you. I want you to read the title of this with me. What does it say?
Go into a cave.
Go into a cave. Now, when I worked with my first graders, we would take our book and we would go through and we would do a quick first read. If there was anything that gave us trouble, we would go back and we would code it so that we could read it. What I'm going to do with you today is we're just going to do a real quick first read through this book, and then I'm going to let you have it. And if your teacher has specific instructions of something she would like for you to do with it, then you're going to do whatever she asks you to do. I just wanted to have a quick chance. I wanted to give you the gift today, and I wanted to get a chance to read it with you. I want you to just hand it to somebody behind you. Give them a gift. Hand it to somebody behind you. Give them a gift. And then the folks on the back will hold on to the gift, and then the folks in the front will eventually get their gift. They're being patient and kind and waiting. Make sure those gifts keep going back until the people on the back rows are getting those gifts. We've got people over here that don't have them. What did you tell me your name was? Simon? Simon, I love that. Hand it that way.
This way.
What's your name?
Kai.
Kai. He's trying to hand you a gift. Here you go. Hand that one to Kai. Marley, hand that one. There we go. Now, Kai, don't put your nose on it and then give it away, because then your nose has germs and you just get your friend a germy gift. Don't give a germy gift. You need one? Okay, all of my people on the front who were so kind in giving the gift. Does everybody have a gift?
Yes.
Does everybody have a gift? You have too many gifts? Okay. Does everybody have a gift? Okay, I want you to take just a minute on your own. Look through your gift. I want you to understand that when your teacher gives you a decodable, she has already given you all of the tools necessary for you to be able to read this independently. When this decodable gets to you during this lesson, you have already learned all of the rules for decoding these words, which means you have the key to reading in your hand already. So if you get to a word and you're thinking, I don't know what that word is, don't panic. Stop. Think. What have we talked about that will help me code this word so that then I can read it? Okay? The only thing in this gift are some sight words that you've already learned and words that are written in the codes that you already know. Okay? So take a minute, just do a really quick look through, look at your pictures. If the title is Go Into a Cave, what do you think this book's all about?
Going into a cave.
Going into a cave. Have any of you ever been in a cave?
No, I haven't been in a cave.
Okay, this is what I'm working with some children on right now, is helping them understand how to set yourself up for a successful read. This is the first thing you do. You read the title. We read the title, right? Do you know what happens in your brain when you read the title of a book? Stuck inside your brain, it's like this big old computer. It has recorded everything you've ever seen, everything you've ever heard, everything you've ever learned, everything you've ever touched, felt, tasted, smelled, looked at. Everything that's happened in your whole world is in that computer in your brain. So the minute you read the title of a book, your brain says, hey, caves, I know something about caves. What do I know about caves? I've heard about caves. Oh, we talked about bats live in a cave. What else do I know about caves? And your brain is just going crazy, making connections for you, setting you up to be able to read this book with some good background knowledge, okay? That's the first step to setting yourself up for success with a read. The second step is look at the pictures. Every time I work with children, the first thing they want to do is start reading. They think I don't need to look at the pictures. Do you know that one of the best reading strategies for you right now is to look at your pictures? Pictures go with the words, right?
Yeah.
So once you've looked at the pictures and you've read the title, your brain is making all kinds of thoughts and ideas about what this book is going to be about. You've just set yourself up for a very successful read. Then, when you get into the actual text, I can't even scowl good. Then when you get into the actual text, that's when you're going to pull those phonics skills out of your pocket and you're going to apply them to any word that you do not know. Okay? So have you had a time to look at your pictures? Have you seen some things that were interesting to you? Did you see some bats?
Yes.
Ah, I see one. Do y'all know that song, Bats, 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 Funky Little Bats?
No.
It's one of my favorite songs. I love it.
See with their ears.
Okay.
Nope.
Do you know what that's called?
Echolocation.
Echolocation. All right, great. All right, so it sounds like you've read the title, Brains Firing. You've looked at pictures, Brains Firing. Now we're going to do a choral read of this book together. Do you know what it means to do a choral read?
No.
Have you ever listened to a choir, like at church? Or have you ever been to an event in downtown Carrollton and there were a bunch of people who were standing on a stage and they were all singing the same song together?
No.
Okay, that's choral, all right? We're going to read this together, all of us, because you know what? Sometimes when your teacher looks at you and says, I want you to read this page, do you get kind of nervous?
No.
I used to. Back in my day, they did something called round robin reading, and you'd be sitting there minding your own business, and you were nervous because you knew your teacher was going to call on you, and she'd say, Linda, how about you read page 2 for us? And I would just freeze up because I might struggle. I might not know all the words. I might not know what's going on. So that's why teachers don't do that anymore. So reading all together at the same time means that if you don't know a word, no harm, no foul, you're hearing your friends say it. If you know all the words, you're serving as a good mentor to someone else. And if you're just flat out lost, if you'll pay attention, you'll be able to catch up, okay? So we're going to read all together. Do you need something, babe? Okay, don't touch your shoe because that bothers her. Simple, done, finished, okay? All right, so let's get our book out. I want you to be ready. We're going to start with, what's this called? The front cover. We're going to start with the front cover. We're going to read the title, and then we're going to move right into page 1. So get your book ready. Wait, let me leave. Hold on. I need all your friends ready. Everybody got your book ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Front cover. Go into a cave. All right, let's go to page 1. You ready? A cave is a big hole. It can be in a hill. Look at your book. We can go into this cave. If you'll put your finger on the word, it will help you track. I see lots of you not using that good reading strategy. Put your finger on the word. Caves are dim and damp. You must be safe. You should have a lamp. All right, let me ask you a question. What does it mean that the cave can be dim? It means it's dark inside. What does it mean that it's damp? No, if it's dim, it's dark. If it's damp, it's
Slippery.
yes, wet. And wet usually creates slippery, wet and slippery. All right, on to page 3. A cave has lots of paths. Look at the map. This map has 5 paths. You know, when you go in a cave, if you don't have a map, it would be real easy to get lost.